Hello, dear beautiful person. One of the questions people are asking me is, Ira, why do you call yourself a modern witch? What does it mean? And why did you abandon the title of psychologist? After all, you have a doctorate in clinical psychology. Then why? Well, a simple answer is that I found that there is something better, that there is something that is much more impactful when it comes to human happiness. You know, it is funny that in Western psychology, we still use the word psychology that means knowledge of the soul, but because it comes from the tradition of the patriarchal thinking and a certain religious framework, it does not really explore the soul. Yes, psychology has been exploring mind, it has been exploring behavior, it has been exploring our personality, but if you look at the history, you will see how patriarchy was really a framework that was impacting and is still impacting this field. What do I mean? Well, dualistic thinking. We are separate. There is mind, there is body. Hierarchy. Mind is superior to the body and to the desire. You can still see it in now culture. I want to get to a certain image. I want to get to a certain version of myself because this is better. So we are still functioning from the perspective of what is better and what is worse, what is right and what is wrong. So much of the psychotherapy is really laying upon diagnostic manual where we are seeing what is healthy, what is not healthy. Often pathologizing humans, human natural, diverse ways of being. And in my opinion, it really lacks the connection to the essence. Why? Because again, it was coming from the field of Western, as a connection to the field of Western medicine. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, was a psychiatrist. And in this framework, the separation plays out in such a way that if I can't measure it, if I can't see it, if I can't smell it and touch it, then it doesn't exist. So the soul doesn't exist. We can look at the behavior, mind, personality, but do you see, it's still about looking at things, not with love, not with compassion, but more trying to control, manipulate, investigate, utilize, very utilitarian. Okay, I have this goal and I want to reach it, and how can I make it? How can I still a kind of control, right? Just like how we've been trying in this framework, the patriarchal framework, to control the environment out of the lens of separation. Still something is happening. Something similar is happening in psychotherapy. It's just now the mind, the psyche. How can I control and manipulate? Now, with my personal development and practice and exploration and really a deep study of Hatha Yoga, of Tantric tradition, of practices, what I didn't do, right? Go and come Vipassana meditation, where you meditate for 11 hours a day for 10 days, fasting on water, and just some kind of external experiences that I can share. But it was really diving into exploring myself beyond emotions, beyond mind, beyond even physical sensations. And it was really happening because naturally I had this gift. I remember being a little girl and walking in the field and really feeling, sensing with my skin a wind, smelling the grasses, seeing the sun, and experiencing myself being deeply united with the world. There was no separation. That was not me and the rest. I knew, just in my being, not yet in my mind, that I am one with this planet, with this life. And there was such a bliss, such a joy, such a sense of pleasure and safety. Another aspect was that I was really connecting to my sexual energy, again from a very early age. That energy that we call a source of life. It took me, though, a long time to claim it, to stop feeling ashamed, to stop feeling judgmental. That was easy, right? That was the society I was growing in, that many of us grow in, that we are taught, as I said before, to separate, to see this hierarchy, to be even scared of our desires. And then we don't really explore ourselves in such depth. And this is how I really realized that what I'm doing is beyond psychology, because I'm talking to my clients about unity. I'm bringing their attention to the energy level. And that is not something that we are doing in psychotherapy. And I'm also challenging patriarchal ideas. And as I continued, I realized that this connection to unity, this wisdom, is something that actually witches had. These were people who somehow naturally were connected to realization that we are all one, not as an idea, but as a lived experience. And I see these women mostly as those who went and explored and studied the relationship between a human body and soul and the nature world and the animal world. They were actually researchers to me. Now, why the word modern? Because I want to be very clear that it's not the kind of a witch that does some kind of trick and controls things. Again, because this is the image that we have, thank you patriarchy and religion, attributing evil traits to these wise women. I mean, they were dangerous. They could not be controlled. They could not be crushed. Only if you kill them, only if you burn them. Why? Because when you are connected to the unity, when you're connecting to your essence, you're connecting to such a source of power, you know God. God is unity. God is love. God is everything. You cannot be controlled and pressured and threatened by some imaginary God. So the Inquisition realized that better these powerful women be eliminated. But life continues. We continue to grow, and the witches are coming back. Mwah.